Now at 5, temperatures remain below zero and won't rise above that mark till tomorrow. Then a huge warm-up comes our way. I'll have the details.
Plus, most people are staying inside, but some are venturing out into the cold. We caught up with a few who braved today's weather.
And just how cold is it? Enough to freeze anything in an instant? We conduct several science experiments in our team coverage. I'm Tara Brantley.
And I'm Dirk Rowley. First at 5 starts now.
You're watching local coverage you can count on. This is WANE 15 News, first at 5.
The paralyzing cold weather has settled in, and our primary focus right now is simply how to stay warm.
All week long, we've been bringing you team coverage on the winter blast to keep you prepared, and today is no different. WANE 15's Rachel Russell traveled throughout Fort Wayne to see who, if anyone, was out in the cold weather. We also spoke with first responders to see how they deal with the cold, and WANE 15 meteorologist Adam Solarzik did some science experiments just to demonstrate how bitterly cold it is.
But first, let's send it over to Chief Meteorologist Nicholas Ferrari for the latest on this winter blast. Nicholas?
All right, so let's talk about just how long we have been below zero around here. Our current total, 17 hours with our lowest temperature, 13 below. Things have improved since then, but we are still below zero. Our current temperature in Fort Wayne, 5 below. In Defiance, 8 below. Auburn, -9 for you. Kendallville, 12 below. And Huntington, -7. Some sunshine out there, though, and few clouds around. You factor in the winds, and it feels like 29 below zero in Fort Wayne, feels like 22 below in Kendallville, feels as cold as 32 below in Huntington. Now today we've gotten this blast of cold into the picture, but it has been just cold. We're not talking about snow in the mix. We are dry now, but I am watching our next weather system, which will bring us some snow before this week is done. Tonight, here in your hour-by-hour forecast from the WANE Weather app, look for a temperature of 10 below at 7, at 9 o'clock, 13 below, and still in that range as we approach midnight. A very cold night with brutal wind chills down in the -30s by tomorrow morning. Coming up in the 10-day forecast, I'll time out that incoming snow and that big warm-up in just a few minutes.
All right, thanks, Nicholas. With this frigid cold, many people are staying inside, but a few brave souls have ventured out.
Now, the recommendation is that you stay inside, but if you absolutely must go outside, for your safety, you'll need to bundle up. WANE 15's Rachel Russell went out in the elements today and found others who did the same. Rachel?
Yeah, Dirk and Tara, I can say from experience, it feels as cold as it is out there, and everyone else we talked to agreed. One place the cold hasn't stopped people from visiting, though, Starbucks. And although a warm drink on a day like today could be a necessity for the drive-thru workers, they're just trying to stay warm. This employee I talked to today had her thick gloves ready and everything, but on a day like today, she's surprised how many people are still getting coffee.
I expected it to be a lot slower than we are. We're not as busy as we usually are, but yeah. This is bizarre, like, it's so cold outside. Just been holding like people's hot coffees all day long. It's keeping me warm, so it's okay.
This Starbucks downtown on Jefferson said they will be closing their drive-thru at 7 o'clock tonight and not opening it back up until tomorrow at 7:30. We also stopped by the CityLink bus stop downtown to see where people are traveling. You can hear from someone traveling south to Memphis to get out of the cold. That's coming up in my full report at 6 o'clock. For now, remember to stay inside if you can and maybe pour your own hot drink. In studio, Rachel Russell, WANE 15 News.
People have to have their coffee. Rachel, thank you. Because it is so cold, there are travel restrictions in some areas. In fact, all counties except DeKalb in northeast Indiana are under some sort of restriction. 9 are under a travel watch, the rest under a travel advisory. The difference between the orange and the yellow is simple. If your county is under a watch, this means that conditions are threatening to the safety of the public. During a watch, only essential travel such as to and from work or an emergency situation is recommended. An advisory is the lowest level. This means routine travel or activities may be restricted.
If you need a place to go and stay warm, there are a number of warming shelters across Allen County, such as the Rescue Mission. It operates as a warming center for anyone during the day and an emergency shelter for men at night. The Rescue Mission is encouraging anyone who needs a place to warm up to come through its doors. It will work to find the proper resources and shelter for each person who comes in. We do have a full list of the travel restrictions and the warming shelters on our website, WANE.com.
And as the dangerous temps continue, Fort Wayne is delaying garbage and recycling collection for another day. The Allen County Health Department is advising everyone to avoid exposure to the extreme temperatures. City officials say for the safety of workers, both Red River and Republic Public Services will not pick up trash tomorrow. Additionally, the landfill and recycling drop-off centers will remain closed. Collection next week will run one day behind. The schedule for Fort Wayne residential collection the rest of this week will be as follows. Take a look. Wednesday collection on Friday, Thursday collection, that's Saturday. Friday collection, that's going to be on Monday. Mail service is also being delayed another day for most of Indiana, including the entire Fort Wayne area. To see if you'll be getting mail tomorrow, head to our website, wayne.com.
Multiple firefighters were sent out into the cold to battle two different fires.
The first was at a home on Winter Street. Once arriving on scene, crews found smoke coming from the home due to an electrical panel, and the fire spread to the attic. Firefighters took a person in a wheelchair who couldn't leave the home. They got the fire under control quickly. No one was hurt. First responders were out in the elements again as they battled a barn fire on Wheelock Road. Firefighters were called to Wheelock just north of 469 this morning. The barn sat far off the road. With temperatures hovering around -15, at least 4 engines could be seen near the barn, with another on the road hooked up to a hydrant, making for at least a 500-foot hose run.
The Fort Wayne Fire Department started preparing yesterday for cold weather fires. They had meetings and sent out emails to keep everyone safe, mostly from frostbite since they work with water. At this morning's fire on Wheelock, they took turns inside fire trucks and a rehab bus to stay warm. Firefighters say there's something homeowners can do to help them out.
And probably the biggest thing a homeowner can do is if they think they have a problem, call quickly. Don't wait till it becomes a much bigger problem, because we're going to be able to get there and find that problem and help you much easier if you call quicker.
And nobody was hurt in the Wheelock fire or the Wheelock Road fire either. Now, we've already mentioned the rarity of temperatures this cold.
So when an opportunity like this presents itself, some professionals want to take advantage and safely experiment. And that's what meteorologist Adam Solarzik did today. He joins us now with more. I can't wait to see what you did.
It was a lot of fun. Myself and my photographer, J.R. Carmichael, thank goodness we were bundled up because it was definitely cold out there. We were outside several times, but don't worry, we were bundled up all in the name of science. It's just before 11 o'clock here at Wayne 15, and we're going to do some science experiments in the cold. Temperatures right now down near 12 below zero. Feels like temperatures down near 30 to 40 below. So we're going to see how some things interact in this cold weather. We have an old t-shirt. We're going to wet it down, see how long it takes to become frozen solid essentially. And we also have an ice tray. We're going to make some ice. Usually freezers are set right around 0 degrees already. Takes about 3 to 4 hours to make some ice. We'll see how long it takes in these bitter, bitter cold temperatures that are well below zero. So you can already start to see some frost developing on the shoulder part of this t-shirt, and it's already, we've been out here for maybe 15 seconds and it's already starting to lose its flexibility. So we'll see what happens after maybe a couple hours out here. Look at that. Back to check on our t-shirt and ice cubes. Our ice cubes we checked on right around 12:30. So after about an hour and a half of these ice cubes being out here, they were already rock solid. And obviously by the time we get into later on in the afternoon hours, they're normal ice. Here's the t-shirt. It has been approximately, say, 4 hours or so with this thing. Look at this. It is rock solid, and you can just bend it right over your knee, no problem at all. You can just hear just how frozen this thing actually is. It feels like plastic in your hands. That's how cold it is that a wet t-shirt in 4 hours. And you noticed how quickly it started to change over to getting some frost on it almost immediately. This is the result of very, very cold temperatures. And like I said, it was dangerously cold. We made sure to limit our time outside and take several breaks to make sure we were nice and warm. And at 6 o'clock, you can see probably my favorite experiment of the day, which involved an egg. And some of you on Instagram may have seen the Coke bottle we have out there. It still has not exploded. So if you guessed 20 minutes, even an hour, you're out of luck so far.
I thought the show was going to break. I was hoping.
I was
going to
hoping
break,
too.
you know?
It was all the moment of truth right over the knee.
Yeah.
But unfortunately, it still was very, very
But
hard.
it's a great reminder that if you got cold on your hands, cold gloves, get something dry quick.
Yeah, especially if they're wet. Yeah.
Yeah, thanks, Adam. All right, you can find a list of all the closings, travel statuses, and tips for dealing with cold right now on Wayne.com. We also have more Winter Blast coverage tonight at 6 and on Nightcast at 11.
Coming up on First at 5, he's the most powerful man in football. Days before the Super Bowl, we sit down with NFL Commissioner Roger Goodell when your number one news at 5 returns.
Count On continues with Tara Brantley and Dirk Rowley. You're watching Wayne 15 News, First at 5.
We're just 4 days away from Super Bowl 53 right here on Wayne 15, and today was a big day in Atlanta as the NFL Commissioner held his State of the Game press conference.
Wayne 15's Anthony Calhoun joins us now from outside the Mercedes-Benz Stadium with the latest. So AC, what did he have to say?
Hey guys, yeah, great to be with you here in Atlanta. We had a lot to say here as the teams get ready for Super Bowl 53, Patriots and the Rams. You know, the press conference with Roger Goodell always brings up all the hot topics buzzing around the NFL, but there was one topic that surrounded a lot of questions was the NFC Championship game between the Saints and the Rams. The controversy there took center stage. It's been nearly 2 weeks and NFL fans are still talking about this missed no call of pass interference on the Rams that pretty much kept the Saints out of Super Bowl 53. The NFL did admit after the game the officials missed the call, but not a single word on this issue publicly from Commissioner Roger Goodell until today.
Whenever an officiating is part of any kind of discussion post-game, it's never a good outcome for us. We know that, our clubs know that, our officials know that. But we also know our officials are human. We also know that they're officiating a game that moves very quickly and have to make snap decisions under difficult circumstances.
Goodell says he's open to adding replay that would include situations like the one that took place in the NFC Championship game.
Technology is not going to solve all those issues. The game is not officiated by robots. It's not going to be. But we have to continue to go down that path.
Despite this controversy, Goodell, who reportedly makes north of $30 million a year, has the league still in its prime.
This season has demonstrated that there's never been a better time to be part of the NFL. As a fan, as a player, as a team, our game is getting better and better, and our engagement and popularity is unmatched.
You know, the commissioner is exactly right about that. It is unmatched, and here's proof. The AFC Championship game, get this, a whopping 53 million folks tuned in for that game, and they're expecting over 110 million will watch Sunday's game between the Rams and the Patriots in Super Bowl 53.
Yeah, of course, right here on Wayne 15. Now, this is the second time Atlanta's hosted the Super Bowl. What makes the city so good at it?
Yeah, you know, matter of fact, though, this actually will be the third time, believe it or not, that the city will host the Super Bowl here in Atlanta. And what's so great about this city is the fact that, you know, it's had major sporting events in the past. I mean, it had the Olympics here. They've had a plethora of Final Fours here. This city knows how to put on a big sporting event. And I know they're looking forward to really hosting everyone here in town this week. And, of course, the big game right behind me at Mercedes-Benz Stadium.
You got it. All right, AC, thanks for joining us. We'll catch you later.
All right, let's find out from Nicholas. Is tomorrow going to be colder than today?
Well, not so much in the morning, but during the day we will get above zero. That'll be a big victory for us. But tonight, another very cold night, still a windy night around the area with brutal temperatures and worse wind chills. I'm back with your forecast after this.
Local coverage you can count on continues with Chief Meteorologist Nicholas Ferreri's live Doppler 15 Fury forecast.
Well, it is not too often that I get to report a low temperature in the double digits below zero, but I get to report that today. Our lowest temperature recorded here on our Wednesday, 13 below. So it likely doesn't come as any surprise for me to tell you that is a record for this date. The old record, 8 below, back in 1966. Now this new minus 13 will certainly be hard to beat in the years ahead. Although not impossible, our temperature now 5 below zero. It feels like 29 below though, with our winds still strong from the west-southwest at 21 miles per hour. Overall, our wind speeds are decreasing, but let me tell you, the wind chills will still be pretty brutal tonight and during the day tomorrow. For most of this time, we're going to see wind chills remaining below zero and well below zero. It feels like 33 below in Angola now, 34 the feels like temperature in LaGrange, feels like 29 below in Fort Wayne, and 25 below in Decatur. Let's look at wind chills through the evening, into the overnight, and then during the day tomorrow and how they'll change. This is 9 o'clock tonight with feels like temperatures anywhere from, say, minus 25 to minus 35, give or take a few degrees on either side. We advance into tomorrow morning, and wind chills, pretty bad. Not much of a change there. Many spots in the minus 30s below zero. We go into the afternoon, you can see wind chills are improving, but still below zero in most locations. Once we get into Friday, that's when we'll get into more positive territory in the wind chill department and the temperature department as well. We have some significantly warmer air coming our way in just a matter of days. It is going to be a big change for us when you see the 10-day forecast. Right now in Storm Tracker, little in terms of cloud cover. The sun continues to shine on down. Our next system, though, will soon arrive. It's not spotted on the maps right now, but by the time we get to later tomorrow night into early Friday morning, we have another round of snow coming our way. On Futurecast tonight, just a few scattered clouds. By the time we get to the morning, our temperature is well below zero. We're talking about a low tonight of 14 below, so that is a little bit colder than where we were this morning. However, the winds not as strong. Our winds sustained up to 20 miles per hour tonight. We don't really have that high potential for gusts up to 40 miles per hour like we had this morning. Still, though, quite dangerous to be out for long, extended periods of time. During the day tomorrow, some sunshine, a few passing clouds. By the time we get to the afternoon, we're talking about temperatures above zero. At 8 in the morning, 14 below, feeling like 35 below. At noon, feeling like 20 below. About at 4 o'clock in the afternoon, although our air temperature is 6, it'll still feel like 9 below. Winds tomorrow during the day at around 10 miles per hour from the southwest. 10 o'clock tomorrow night, the snow moves in from south to north. It's in Fort Wayne at 10. Then we'll see additional periods of snow through the overnight. It leaves by the time we get to sunup on Friday, so it's possible we could see more schools delayed, if not closed, on Friday as well, even though temperatures are improving. Overall snow totals for this event late tomorrow night into early Friday, 1 to 3 inches, probably a little bit more likely to see the lighter amounts to the north and the heavier amounts to the south. Here now, your exclusive 10-day forecast. On tomorrow, 8 degrees, Friday, 26. That's snow early. On Saturday, up to 39, some rain. Sunday, 51, rain there. Monday, all the way to 56, an even better chance at rain. Tuesday, some rain, 42. Wednesday, 50. Then things do get colder later next week. That's your forecast. More news after this.
Local coverage you can count on continues with Tara Brantley and Dirk Rowley. You're watching Wayne 15 News, first at 5.
The cousin of the man charged in last year's Thanksgiving homicide is now facing charges.
30-year-old Sabron Pinkston is charged with assisting a criminal where the criminal committed murder. Police arrested him this weekend and believe 22-year-old Gerald Pinkston was living at Sabron's house for around a month. Gerald was arrested over the weekend as well. Gerald Pinkston is charged with domestic battery and 3 counts of murder. Sabron is scheduled to be in court tomorrow.
We now know the name of the person who died in a work-related accident at Premier Avionics. 57-year-old Kenyon Disbro was found dead yesterday morning. The Allen County coroner says he died from blunt force injuries and the manner of death accidental. On its website, Premier Avionics, which employs just 5 people, says it offers aircraft repairs and parts installation.
Coming up, Nicholas has that 60-degree warm-up in our 10-day forecast.
Okay, let's look at this 10-day forecast one more time. Are you ready?
Ready.
Tomorrow, we start off with a temperature of 14 below, wind chills in the minus 30s. During the day, our high temperature rises to 8. Wind chill still below zero, but in the single digits below zero, so that is an improvement. Still, though, dangerously cold. Friday, 26. Some early snow. That snow begins late Thursday night, continues into early Friday morning. We're talking about 1 to 3 inches spread across the area. Over the weekend, a chance at rain as high temperatures rise. The best chances at rain on Monday and Tuesday.
Negative 50.
Yeah. Incredible.
Thanks, really.
See you at 6.